How did you get used to that? Because for me, I mean, I'm not a night owl anymore, but when we're doing the morning show, I'd go to bed 12 at 1 and then have to get up at 4. And I can't imagine doing that as long as you did. How did you do it?
I really don't know to this day how I did it, but I can't sleep in even though I have the opportunity to now. So it's one of those things where you have to force yourself, and get up. And I mean, I guess ambition drives you to get out of bed and make yourself do it and, be awake. And, I went through, I was pregnant part of the time and,
Yeah.
that makes it even more difficult. And, but you have to just get up and do it. I was never one of those people who could like stay out till all hours and kind of do a show, but I did have a lot of opportunities to host, like during a school night, riff nights out at
Yeah.
bars and stuff like that, where, the the account executive was trying to get you to like stay a little longer, and you're like, oh man, I got to get home.
Well, another thing that I wanted to ask you, and I always got a kick out of this when people would ask me about, worrying about being late for a morning show. I always say, hey, when you go to work, are you stressed about being late? Yes. Imagine if you were late and everybody knows that you're late. You can't hide. You can't have somebody punch
Yeah.
in for you. If you are supposed to be on the air at 6 a.m. and you're not there, everybody who's listening knows you're late. And that's some stress. Let me tell you, that's some stressful stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But Screamin' Scott was always there as backup. In fact, it was
Yeah.
his job on Riff to call Mike Clark and get him out of bed. But you're right about
Oh,
that. Yeah, if you're late, you're late. It's something that the morning show came to call Jacina-ing in, because at one point, I think Drew heard Roberta Jacina, who we suspect she was also late, but she was doing a report from her car about road conditions, and in a genius move in order to cover up the fact that she maybe was blowing in a little late.
that's
So
funny.
that stuck, and she's brilliant. And you know what? I was really sorry to see her go because
Yeah.
she's great newscaster. But
Yeah.
we invented the word Jacina-ing in, which means that the show has already begun and you kind of slide into the chair and act like you've been there.
Just exactly. JP McCarthy, there's infamous stories about JP rolling into JR late.
Oh yeah.
In 2016, well, that's why his intro was so long, because they would just play his intro till he sat in the chair.
Yeah,
And
that's a
and
good thing too. Is make the back with music long. Like when the guys maybe went out for a smoke, the back with music was always like Franz Ferdinand or something like that was longer.